And on Sunday, the first British Championships to be staged in 10 years will be held inside this hall. For the uninitiated, Sombo is a mixture of freestyle wrestling and judo. It's fought on a circular mat with the players dressed in wrestling jackets, shorts and special boots. The man who's introduced the sport to Kent is Martin Clarke.
You can use other techniques where you can hold on both sides of the jacket. It's a form of folk wrestling. It's a mixture of various different styles of grappling using jackets. And in particular, Starling got this together as a self-defence form as well as a wrestling form, mainly for his soldiers and police force to be able to cope with civil disturbances back in the 30s.
At 6'2" and 17.5 stone, Clarke could be forgiven for throwing his weight around. But if he gets his own way, Sombo wrestling could be featured in the next Olympic Games.
The International Sombo Federation has just applied to the Olympic, the IOC, for recognition as an independent sport, which in all probability it will be. And you must remember that there's a lot of backing from Russia for Sombo. There's also a lot of backing from America. So let's be quite honest, when East meets West, eventually that's going to be an Olympic game. It's only just a matter of time.
Meanwhile, the men of Kent will be keeping their feet firmly on the ground as they get to grips with the opposition this weekend, to prove that in Stalin's sport at least, they're head and shoulders above the rest.
So now you know what's...
Well, while most of us are preparing for the Christmas festivities ahead, celebrations of a different kind are already well underway at the Sittingbourne Young Judo Club. It's their Silver Jubilee. Yes, 25 years the club's been going, thanks to the unique Clarke family. The Oriental martial arts have become a way of life for the Clarke family, from Grandad, who's 57, to grandson, who's just 9. Everyone is involved. Martin Clarke is now senior coach at the club and a former member of the Olympic judo squad.
We've got now 3 generations of Clarkes doing martial arts. That's 8 of us doing martial arts. And out of that 8, 5 of them are black belts. My father's got the coveted 6th Dan red and white belt. And I think, you know, basically I don't think there's any family like it in the country. If there is, we don't know about it.
But the latest member of the family to win a black belt is your wife, Valerie. Now, that's not in judo, is it, Valerie?
No, jiu-jitsu. I prefer jiu-jitsu to judo.
Why is that?
Because it is a self-defence and I like to look after myself.
And Valerie can certainly do that. Over 400 people have reached black belt standard since the club was first formed in 1957. All of them trained by the Fighting Clarkes.
We started from rock bottom and we've really built up to a successful. We've had international and national champions. I've been reasonably successful. And I think the people of Kent owe a lot to my mother and father because they've been the basis of all judo in Kent, if not southern England.
Nobby Clarke first learned the gentle art of judo 30 years ago at the old Bowwaters Club in Sittingbourne. Shortly afterwards, he introduced his wife Margaret to the sport, and they both became coaches. In those early days, things were very different.
I used to have just a mat, old mattresses. We used to have a scrounge, and we had an old bit of canvas and bowwaters. And there was no set rules. If you got thrown and you went there, you get up, you won. It's a much better idea nowadays than it was then.
Having completed 25 successful years, the club is now looking forward to celebrating its Golden Jubilee in the year 2007. Much will depend, of course, on the enthusiasm of the younger members of the Clarke family. And at the moment, there's no shortage of that.
Started when I was 2.5.
What were you doing at 2.5 years old?
Well, I wasn't really doing judo, I was just messing about.
Now you take it very seriously, don't you?
Yes.
How about the others? Do you take it seriously, John?
Yes.
How many medals have you won?
20.
What's it like having a mum, a dad, a nan and grandad all doing judo?
Good, really, because if anybody picked on you, you got someone to help you.
So, Eddie...
Especially your mum when you got jiu-jitsu.
For this.